The world needs so much love today, and we're here to talk about love stories. Today I have with me my beautiful wife, Marilyn, of 37 years, and I can't wait to talk about our love story.
Yeah.
And just to be in love all these many years. Been married 37 years, but we've been together 40 years, and we got some more couples that we're going to bring up to tell you about their love stories.
Yes.
And it's going to be a great time
Great time.
to fall in love with life and who's special to you. Well, to help us talk about love stories and just what love means in our lives, we had said earlier that we've been married 37 years. You know, it'll be 38 years in May. 38
That's
years.
a long time.
That's a long time. And you know, you look just as good as you did when I met you as a teenager.
Move on.
Still looking good. Move on. Okay. Well, to help us talk about this, I have my dear friends with us today. Bobby and Candy Steele are here to tell us about their love stories. I've been knowing you all for a long time. Candy, I met you through the Air Force. You were my secretary and I was your commander. But really, we're just good friends. Got the job done. And of course, Bobby, I met you through your wonderful wife and your children. We've had quite a relationship over the years. Now, when did you guys first meet? Tell us about your love story. First of all, how long have you been married?
42 years in December.
42
December
years.
28th, we got married on my birthday. My birthday is December 28th, in 1972.
Now, did you plan that? On
We
your birthday?
did.
I've never heard anybody getting married on their birthday.
I know. It's probably not a good idea in retrospect.
Well, I felt like it was a good tax deduction.
He wants you to think he's
All I
not
had 3
sentimental.
days left in that year.
Yeah, you know what?
Well, no, like you, we were Air Force, and
Right.
and Bobby was coming back from an overseas tour, and it was the week of Christmas. So we had Christmas on one end and New Year's on the other, and my birthday right in the middle on the 28th, and only so much time before the next assignment. So it turned out, well, let's just get married on the birthday. So,
Wow.
so that's what we did. Yeah.
Good.
So, you know, that's interesting, and I think that's special because you get to celebrate your wedding anniversary
Yes.
and your birthday
Yeah. It really does make it
on the
special.
same day.
Yeah.
Now, how do you buy gifts?
Well, I
Very
have to
careful.
buy something that's specifically meant for her on her birthday.
Oh.
First, do the birthday first.
Makes sense.
Then try to find something that's going to be compatible with the anniversary based on the number of years. I found out that you can look up anything in Google, and it will tell you what the anniversary gift is for that year. And
Well, he's very sentimental. He tries to he gives a lot of thought to the gifts, and there's always some kind of meaning behind it, or as quiet a person as he can be throughout the year, he really is paying attention, because he will remind me that I said something last spring about how much I wanted, or isn't that nice, or that would be nice to have. And then come birthday or Christmas, 6 months later, here comes that gift. So he's very thoughtful.
I know exactly what
That's
you
a
mean.
piece of our love story too. I
Yeah.
think having thoughtfulness.
I like something
Yeah.
she said. She says, he listens to me.
Yeah, that's
As
what
quiet
you do.
as quiet as he is. You know, that's a special tool
Yeah.
to have a relationship.
You're not as quiet as he is, though.
well,
It is.
I find too that
Did you listen?
trying to make a marriage work
Oh, yeah.
is based on the fact that you have to know how to read. I'm not talking about just reading the book. You have to know
Know how to read
the person.
the person. That's good.
Know when they're in the mood. I mean, you have to know when they're in the mood for something, and you have to know when to back off. And it's also important too for a man to have empathy.
Yeah, I think it's like our relationship. We just met seems so far-fetched that we would wind up together. We come from different states, have different backgrounds, but I think our core values reflected each other. And we see things the same way and understand each other, read each other. I think that all comes from time, the time you put in. And I think when you do really love somebody, even adversities, that builds on your relationship. It doesn't tear it down. And when you haven't committed to someone and you're not devoted to just them, and you're going to have your life be just for them, if you haven't made up your mind that this is how you're going to live your life with that person, then when the storms come and adversities and challenges that you're going to get, regardless of what kind of a couple you are, that doesn't break you down. It doesn't break your relationship down, and I just think we've grown from it,
So
the challenges.
you've grown from the negative challenges.
I think we really have.
Right.
It just it's helped define us as a couple and as a family. We both brought children into our family to combine as one.
All right. So you had children when you all.
Yeah, we both had 2 children, 2 girls, 2 boys.
Okay.
And we had a little girl together.
One interesting part about this is,
Yeah, we heard one dance.
even though we joke about it, it was, I kept saying I was hoodwinked. When we were dating, and I went to see her at her apartment, and we had the dinner. We had the spaghetti and the Rufino Chianti, which we both didn't like.
What is that? Is that
It was
French?
Chianti.
What is that? Is that
Chianti
French?
wine.
Rufino is Italian.
Italian wine?
Italian.
So we ended up putting.
I just did Boone's Farms.
Oh,
No,
yeah, me too. We put some sugar in it to try to make it taste better.
This wine,
So,
it's sort of a joke
and, the kids were gone to bed, and we didn't have any music, and I had just done a show. So I said, "You want to dance?" She said, "We don't have any music." And I sang Isaac Hayes, "You Got Me Going in Circle."
Yeah, but you really sung it to her.
I sung it to her.
Oh,
And we
Isaac Hayes.
danced in there in her
Okay.
living room.
Okay.
Now, the cool part was he also did the imitation of the different
I did the
musical
background
instruments,
and the music and
the
everything.
background music
So-
and the
Oh,
lyrics.
you got a lot of talent there, Bobby.
So, yeah.
Well,
So
I don't know if that's
when-
talent, Mac. I
When
don't-
came
Okay,
time,
all right.
when came time for me to leave, all of a sudden she is hollering to the kids, "Girls, Bobby's leaving." Then I hear pitter patter. The youngest daughter was 6 months old, and she's coming down there, and she sits on my foot. The older
She used to
daughter,
like to sit on Bobby's feet. I
she
don't know
grabbed
what it
my leg, and I couldn't get out the door. I said, "I'm hooked." So I've been their daddy since 1972.
Wow.
While we were dating, she knew that I liked cornbread.
You too? Oh, I love cornbread.
So she kept trying to make cornbread,
Right.
and it would fall.
Which we don't eat in New England.
It wouldn't hold up. So I'm up there singing in the club one night, and all of a sudden I see her walking in the back of the club, and she's got a piece of aluminum foil. And I'm up there trying to sing Temptation and stuff, and she's smiling. And she said, the cornbread had held up, and during
I brought
my
her a
break,
piece of cornbread
I
that
had to
actually
sit there at
rose.
a table in the front of the club and eat her cornbread.
Wait a minute. She brought you cornbread to the club.
To the club.
To the
Oh,
club.
fall
my
in love
purse.
all over again. In your purse.
Cornbread and cornbread.
Bobby, I want to send this little a message to you to tell you that I should have known from the first day that I saw you and felt there was something special there, that I probably always could have trusted that. And now, after 42 years of marriage, I still feel the butterflies. I'm still happy just to see your face, hear your voice, and you've always been my everything, my stability, my joy. And I want to thank you for loving me, and I still love you so much.
Candy, when we first started this journey, we knew that we'd have some ups and downs and trials and tribulations. But through it all, we knew that you still have magic, girl. And you changed my life. You're still my everything.
Love stories. Still talking about love stories, huh?
Yeah, still.
You know, I remember the first time that I met you in the gymnasium. I had gone back to college early, and you remember that I wasn't supposed to be
My
there.
room,
The
yeah.
freshman, you were a freshman, I was a sophomore.
I was a transferring freshman.
Oh, okay. So you're trying to say you were a sophomore like me. It was my second year.
Well, yeah, my second year too, just not at that school.
Yeah, but I'm glad you transferred. Otherwise, I would
of
have
course
missed
you
you.
are. You would miss me.
But you know what? But the thing was, I played basketball in high school, and your roommate
yeah.
that remembered me
I probably saw you on the basketball court too.
and didn't know
I
who
didn't
I was.
recognize. Didn't know. Well, of course I wouldn't recognize you. Yeah.
I'm glad you didn't. You probably wouldn't have liked the way I
wouldn't
looked back then. I've grown. But I met you in that gymnasium, and your roommate introduced me as
Yeah.
Carlton McCarter, and she told you how her brother hated me
Yeah.
because we beat them for the basketball championship.
That was funny. Yeah.
Yeah, but
you didn't like me at all.
But I'm glad I went back early and met you in the gym. Isn't that amazing? Basketball is something that I love doing,
Yeah.
as you know, since we've been together all these years. And
Oh, you love basketball.
yeah, love basketball. You remember that one time you almost thought about leaving me?
You need to go ahead and finish the story.
Okay, I tell you what.
Don't get on the basketball part.
But look, we got another
We probably
beautiful.
wouldn't be.
We got a couple here that want to tell their love story today, and we got Brian and Tiffany here, and they're gonna talk to us
Wow.
about falling in love. Y'all glad to be here?
Yes,
sir.
We're glad to have you all with us. Love story. Tell me about you guys. Now, when did you all meet?
We met, she actually saw me on the parking lot. I was on my knees, wasn't in church. I was selling cars and I was begging a girl not to leave because I was told if she leaves, I had to leave with her, don't come back. She comes back. And she was buying a car.
Wait a
actually.
minute, slow down.
I was 20 years old.
You were on your knees.
Yeah. Hot, summer, my shorts.
Okay.
On my knees, begging her, please don't leave. You don't understand, you leave, I gotta go with you. And I can't come back till you come back. And she was sitting on a bench buying a car at the same dealership, right?
Yes,
But it wasn't her.
No.
it wasn't me. So,
Oh, this love story here, I can't wait to get into
Yeah,
this.
let me.
that guy out there. So we had a mutual friend that introduced us.
Okay.
And it was just, it kind of grew from there. We were friends. Said we had a verbal agreement that we just wanted to hang out and have fun and just be friends. Well, before you know it, love done smacked us both.
Sure did.
So,
14 years later, married for 12, together 14.
yes.
Married for 12,
Together
Yeah,
the other
14.
14. Now, how old were you when you met?
I was 29, you just turned 20?
Just turned 12.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
You know, I'm looking at the way y'all looking at each other like we're still so in love. You see that?
Yeah,
Look.
it's important to keep the love alive. You have to remember to always date.
Always be dating.
Don't ever forget not to still date or leaving love notes or just little things is important. Not always a big thing. Little things. Always still date your spouse.
Now, what do you think about what she's saying? She said that it's important to keep the love alive. Wow.
It is.
That's no,
'Cause,
so
Because a lot of times you do, a lot of times you do think that, oh, if I do this and if I bring home this huge bouquet of roses or this huge box of candy, or if I take her to or whatever. Sometimes it's just a simple thing as, hey, you want to go walk down on the beach? Just watch the,
Yes.
or you want to go to movies? We don't have, just simple stuff. Or you don't have to go anywhere. Or you want to,
Or just bring a flower home just because.
Yeah. Or
Not for a reason.
Just because.
Just because I love
A
you.
dozen or just one flower?
Just one.
So just one
Just
flower
one.
keeps you in love with him.
yeah,
Just because. Not
I
for
sing
a
to her.
holiday. He does sing
Yeah.
to me.
yeah.
Leave love notes around.
Yes,
And it's important to have fun and laughter.
I think we learned the hard way. You play at work and work at home.
Oh, that's good.
I guess
That's
what
good.
we learned the hard- And you got to have God first in your relationship.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
So God
yeah.
has made a difference in your life.
God
Oh,
has
yes.
made a tremendous difference. He is the foundation of us today.
Wow.
And if it wasn't for
Yeah.
God, we wouldn't be where we are today,
No.
right now sitting here.
First 11 years was tough because we didn't have God.
Okay.
The world pulled us apart.
Wow, the first 11 years now, and you're saying that we love being your pastors.
Yes.
So just
I'm
what
so
a
glad.
what a joy
Thank
it
the Lord.
is. And I thank God for you all also. So God has made a difference. You said the first 11 years, you try to do it on your own.
Yes.
So now tell me, bringing the Lord into your lives, into your marriage, what did you do different? Just to somebody that may be watching and say, well, there they are talking about God in their marriage. Well, I got God in my marriage, and I don't look as happy as they are. So tell them what God has done to make a difference in your marriage.
Wow, He's just made everything wonderful. Everything. Like I said, the first 11 years it was more clubbing. It was more trying to find ourselves. We didn't have guidance, And I grew up in church. She didn't. So I kind of asked her a few times, let's find a family church, for our family. We need it's great. She never grew up in church, so she was kind of like, okay. So we put it off for 11 years, and then we actually separated for 2 years.
Yes.
Got back together, and the most important thing we did, I guess that made it really what we are today, is we found a church. We found the church.
The church.
In God.
Wow.
It's been wonderful ever since.
Peace
Blessing.
and God gives you the tools to know how to handle certain situations that will be thrown at you when you're with your spouse. You are going to face different trials, but it's how you handle things, and God prepares you.
He's already
I
won
know
the battle.
For me, He's prepared me. I have a peace of just a sense of peace, and you can't explain it until you have felt it and you know God's love. And He has to be first in the relationship, and then your spouse is second, and then your children. And before it wasn't in that order, and we tried to do things our own way.
So you're saying that he has to be first, and y'all are a young couple compared to us.
Mm-hmm.
So you would tell people that are out there today, young couples, that if you want to survive in your marriage, this is what has worked for you all.
Correct.
Learning to keep God first in your marriage, just to deal with life.
Just to deal
Because there are a
with
lot of
life.
things that comes with your relationship, right?
Correct.
Definitely.
Now, I do know, Brian, that your employment causes you to have to leave home quite a bit.
Yes, sir.
Now, how does that impact the relationship?
I guess it was tougher at first, maybe. Tougher at first. Got a little bit easier. And then when you come home, it's a honeymoon again. It can be good. It's what you make of it. It's what you make of it. So it was difficult at first, but it's gotten easier.
It has gotten easier. It's important. Also, it's harder for me because we do share a child together. So when he's away, it's almost like I'm a single mother, having to take care of the house and
Everything.
run the errands and make sure she's taken care of. But when he comes back, it is like a honeymoon again. And just you have to stay focused and on the right track. And it works. It works for us.
Sure does.
I noticed you've been holding hands the whole while we've been talking
Yes.
about the love story. And I was just thinking that I need to grab your hand.
Yeah, and
That's
you know
okay.
what? Not
That's
trying
okay.
to cut you off, but their
That's
story
okay.
kind of sounds like ours when we first got married.
How's that?
Military, you were always away, and we weren't in church like that. She wasn't a pastor, and even though his dad's a pastor,
Right?
granddaddy, great granddaddy, was your great granddaddy a pastor too?
I don't know. It's a bunch of them that was doing that.
And we were, well, I grew up in church, but we were just either faithful members or you were a deacon or a trustee. My dad was trustee, and just people that worked around the church or whatever. That's probably the stuff I do now. But in way back then, you didn't finish that story either, because he wasn't a church goer then either. We had a church on our campus we were supposed to go. And so I figured, well, it was only by the grace of God that I'm here. You know, my mom and dad didn't have money to send me to college, but thank God for grants. So I was going to go to church that Sunday. I said, well, you want to go to church tomorrow? He said, no. I said, what? I said, well, didn't your dad a pastor? Didn't you grow up in church? He said, yeah, that's why I ain't going. I want to go to church every Sunday. I was like, oh, well, I'll see you when I get back. But the moving away, you know. And
it's kind of like the love relationship. I was still growing.
Right.
And the growth led.
Basketball was his God.
It was. And I have, forgive me, Lord, I had sinned. And he has forgiven me.
Yes.
But, we got to keep balance and have fun also.
Yeah.
But I think there was a time in my life, just like the love story, the love relationship, it grows.
Yeah.
And you stay at it. And, and you just keep working and keep doing what you need to do to make sure you keep that relationship together. Amen. Now tell me, what is it you like about her? What's special about this lady in your life?
She keeps balancing my life. I'm laid back. I'm more laid back. She's more getting everything done, organized. Without her, I'd probably be lost. I would definitely be lost.
Yeah, you would.
And what is
lost
it?
too without me.
Oh, I definitely. And I'm not just saying that. After all these years, and look, you got tears in your eyes. Wow, this is awesome, and this is real. And I think relationships and marriage. I really believe the Lord gave it to us to keep balance in our lives.
Amen.
Because if you work on that marriage, no matter what comes, and you notice the person that you really love, it really keeps us balanced. And I am lost without you. And especially after I've been together all these years, I wouldn't want to be with anybody else. You've been with me the best years of my life. We're 60 now, and how old are you guys? How old are you?
44.
44, and
Still young.
still young. And you did
I'll be 35 in April.
35. Got you a young woman. Yeah, I thought I just throw
Makes
that
you feel
in.
young.
Look,
Makes you feel young.
You're still young too, baby. Give it. So you've been married a long time, you can make comments like that.
Exactly.
Now, Brian, I know you love singing also.
Definitely.
You ever sing to your bride?
Definitely. Bunch of karaoke. Well, on her ringtone right now, it's me singing.
Yes.
It's you singing.
On her, yeah.
What do you sing when you sing?
Have I told you lately that I love you?
What?
Have I told you there's no one else above you? You fill my heart with gladness. You take away all my sadness. You ease my troubles. That's what you do.
But could you sing a little bit? You don't.
Put me on the
I would listen
spot.
to Michael Jackson on my ringtone.
You want somebody
The
to
way
sing
you
that?
make me feel, she got that on a ringtone.
Oh, you do?
Yeah. Have I told you lately? And you sing. This is on your phone.
It's my ringtone.
Your ringtone is Brian singing
Yes.
to Tiffany. Have
He
I told
just,
you?
that was just a message he was just sending me just to brighten my day.
Wow.
So I
How
saved it.
cute.
And it's my ringtone. I decided to make that my ringtone. So when the phone rings, he's with me, whether he's away on a job or not, I still hear his voice.
Oh, that's
so sweet.
that's really nice. That's touching. I don't know if I heard that before. I'm pretty sure somebody's done that, but that's a smooth operator there, buddy.
Yeah.
If I can say so myself. Have I told you lately that I love you?
Yeah.
So you're gonna give her a little bit of
All right, let me try. Have I told you lately that I love you? Have I told you there's no one else above you? You fill my heart with gladness. You take away all my sadness. You ease my troubles. That's what you do. Give me crying.
It's happy tears.
Well,
It's not
that's-
sad tears.
That's
It's cute.
That's so
that's
cute.
awesome. Wow.
Yeah.
He's very romantic.
He's very romantic.
He
huh?
is very romantic.
Wow.
Oh.
Yeah, go ahead.
I was
Now
in
the
Carlin's-
story is when you asked her to
marry.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. I had set it all up for Valentine's Day, but Valentine's is always busy, so we went out the 13th the night before.
Mm-hmm.
I knew a guy that owned a Copeland's restaurant, so I got with the chef at Copeland's. I gave him the ring. I said, look, when we order, we're going to order. And I said, we always eat a dessert, we share it together. I said, so I'll order cheesecake after our meal. But I want you to put this ring in the center of the plate. Right on there, will you marry me in chocolate? Put some roses. I want the plate to blow her away. So that's the way we did it. We went to Copeland's the night before. We ordered. When the cheesecake came, he brought me cheesecake. She's looking at the cheesecake. She don't even see the plate. So she looks over at the plate. She's like, oh my God. And the ring's there. And I get down on one knee. Everybody in the whole restaurant's in on it. They all start clapping. But I guess the best part of it the whole night was after I asked her to marry me. She said yes. She told me, she said, I got something to tell you. I said, okay. She took the thunder from my story is what I'm trying to say. Because she said, we're having a baby.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Baby girl.
Yeah.
That's how.
Brian, where do I even begin? Our life has been such a journey, and I can't explain to you what love is. I can just spend the rest of my life showing you what love is and how much you mean to me. You truly are my white knight in shining armor. I know you're my protector, my provider, and you're everything that I need. And together, we're just gonna have a beautiful love story. I will forever be yours and be there to be your backbone when you need a backbone, because you're always mine. And I appreciate you and what you do for us as a family. I love you.
Baby, I just want you to know that you mean the world to me. You're the hot fudge on my sundae. You are the syrup on my pancakes. You are the peanut butter in my chocolate. And I love you, and I will be here for you to my dying day. You the bomb, baby. And I'll give you a body massage tonight.
Love stories are so exciting, and again, I keep thinking about 37 years that we've been married and 40 years together. And I love you, I love you. No, I mean, I really do love you.
I know you do. I love you too.
I know you do. I know you love me too. Well, we got another couple with us to talk about love story. Clarence and Lavette. How are you all today?
Doing great. We're doing great.
All cuddled up and in love. And
Wait a minute. Y'all, y'all are real close. The other one's so good, but y'all all rub. Hit you when you get home.
Hey, at least to the car.
Tell me what. Now, how long y'all been together?
15 years.
15
Married
years?
15 years, but we've been together.
Together.
Like
16 years.
almost.
Well, tell me, how did you meet? Where did you guys meet? How did you meet?
Yeah.
We met in Alaska.
Alaska.
Yes, we were both stationed in Alaska, and she was at a girls' party, and I was a designated driver at a party that went sour. So we ended up going to the club, and
Good.
I saw her and her friends dancing on the dance floor, and I kind of tapped my partner and said, "Hey, watch this," and that was it.
And truth be told, I was like seeing somebody else who I was kind of tired of. I was like, whatever. And I was leaving because I was at the end of my clubbing stage. So I was leaving the club because we was actually supposed to go to a birthday party, and we were meeting up some people. And so as I'm on my way out, I saw him, and I'm like, this dude is gonna come say something to me. As young as he is, I do not feel like being bothered. And he was just grinning. And so he said, do I know you from somewhere? I'm like, the oldest line in the book. He couldn't even be original. I was like, for real, do I know you from somewhere? And eventually I realized because he played for the men's basketball team, I played for the women, so he had saw me playing basketball. And normally I don't give my real name when I go to the club. When I was clubbing, I had my club name is Jackie, so I gave him my real name and my real telephone number. Like I broke all my rules for him, but he was so genuine. He was like, there was something about him that just drew me in, and he was safe.
safe.
You
So-
get it.
So Alaska, which means you both were in the military then.
Yes.
In Alaska. Now, where are you from as far as geographical location? You're from,
I'm from Shreveport, Louisiana.
and you're from
California.
California.
Got me a southern man.
Got you a southern man?
Dirty South.
Cali in the street.
You said Kelly, going back to
Cali in
Kelly.
the street.
Kelly, okay, Kelly and Shreveport. Okay.
And he was so the warmth and genuineness. Cause I was out there, you know, did my dirt, but he was so the opposite of what I was used to. And we talked on the phone, and I had no idea of what he said to his friend. Now, this is really what got me, how genuine he was, and he still doesn't believe he said it. I commented on what he was wearing, and he said, "Oh, my grandmother made this for me." And so I was like, "Oh, this dude is in the club with something his grandma made. That's sweet." Like,
You know what?
so it wasn't until I was doing his laundry where I realized there was a bag from the store, and I'm like, "This joker!" Like,
Oh, he lied to you? He said the tag from the store.
yeah. So his grandma didn't make it. He was like, "I didn't say that." And I was like, "Yes, you did. I wouldn't think it myself." But I mean, he was a family person, and he really is loyal, and he did say it.
I don't remember saying.
Well, now, how long were you guys together before you got married? Or how long did you date for a year?
No.
2 months?
About
We
8 or 9 months. I think.
we met in March. It was March 5th.
What year?
We were
Tell me the year. What the year was?
1990.
99.
1999.
Yes, and we were married January 15, 2000.
Oh, wow.
I told him, I said, if this relationship lasts longer than 3 months, we'll get married. Because I know what I wanted, I know what I didn't want. And the second conversation we had, I knew he was the one.
Wow.
I did, because he said,
Second time.
second conversation, he called that night to make sure I got home safe.
Okay.
And then he called me the next day and we talked for a minute, and he said, well, I believe that marriage is a ministry and you can't properly minister to your wife if your relationship with the Lord is not right. And at that time, my mom called and I had to click over, and she said, "Who are you talking to?" I said, "My future husband, I'm gonna call you back." And so we
That's awesome. Yeah.
So he knew what to say. That was it.
Yes, and and it wasn't a line. Like he's never done anything to try to impress me. It's just who he is. He doesn't, put on airs. It's just like, either you're gonna, this is who I am, or you're gonna deal with it, or you're not. And he's just genuine. I love that about him. So it wasn't a line. It really was who he is. Have we had our issues? Yes, but he's remained true to who he is.
And you told me earlier that you've been together 15 years?
15 years.
Celebrating 15 years.
Yes.
And you say you've had your issues
Yes.
in your relationship. Well, what do you think kept it together? Just from a love story perspective, you got ups, you got downs, but it all turns into a fabulous story when you stay together.
I think my commitment to God first,
Okay.
because I know when I made my wedding vows that we were standing before God,
Okay.
and so when I accepted her, I knew that no matter what she does, that's not going to determine whether I stay or whether I go, because my commitment is to God first.
Yeah.
And so even when it was to the point where, I'm really not liking her right now, I still knew that, okay, but your commitment is to him first. And she's gonna be up and down, but you still gotta know he's always straight up. So when we have our bad times, I kind of look at that and say, okay, we'll get through this. And then we turn the corner and we're back in each other's face and joking and hugging and things.
Well, so basically what I heard you saying is your relationship with God keeps you committed to your marriage.
Yes, sir.
Regardless.
Yes, sir.
Wow. The times we're living
That's
in
awesome.
now, that is so awesome.
Yeah.
Especially now. And
So
that
ready
is.
to forget about the marriage vows. You did this to me and all. I did, whatever. So it hadn't even been 2 months. Are you ready to throw in the towel? That's a lot of it going on nowadays. You don't give up. You be married for. If it's a year, that's like awesome. Never 15, 37, 42, 50. That's like, who stays? Aren't you tired of that person by then? So anyway.
But the key to it is the Lord really
Has to be.
has been the focus in your marriage. Because a lot of people, will ask that, and especially for people that trying to get to know the Lord, and there are people that know God now that don't stay in marriage.
Right.
Because you may have somebody that
for
could
60 years.
Yeah.
And then you want to bail out? What?
Yeah, or 30 or 40 years.
Yeah, who does that?
You could have somebody that would hear this and go, wow, well, I'm in the Lord and I didn't stay in my marriage. What would you say to them?
You know what? Now, don't get me wrong. I know me personally, it was like, have I wanted out? But it's not about what I want, because I remember when we were newly married, I thought, oh, this is going to be amazing. I love him. I was really committed. And then communication kind of broke down, and he's never, we don't yell and scream. My mom, she came to visit, she said, your silence is violent, because we don't yell, but we'll stop talking. And so it was just real quiet. I remember for about 3 months, like, he slept downstairs, I slept upstairs.
3 months?
3 months.
Okay.
And I just remember, okay, he's providing for me, he's taking care of the kids, he's not, I said, I could live like this, but I don't want to. And I remember going downstairs, and he was asleep, and I said, babe, I said, the way things have been, they can continue to be like this, but I really don't want them to be like that. And I remember getting out of the bed, I was easing out of the bed, and he just grabbed my arm. And he said, what do we need to do? And we just began to talk, and we worked our way through it. And I still remember the way he grabbed my arm. Like, that was almost 12 years ago. Because it was like he was holding on to me to say, we're gonna work through this. And I remember the night before that happened, I had driven a long drive, and I was just crying, and I was like, God, he won't talk to me. I was crying, and the Lord was like, now you understand my pain when you don't talk to me. And I said, no, I just want him to know me. I just want him to understand who I am. And it was like everything that I was feeling, the Lord wanted me to know that that's how he feels in my relationship with him when I don't communicate with him and when I don't spend time with him. Because everything I was saying to the Lord about him, God was saying, that's how my heart feels when you don't come to me. And I was like, oh. And there was a moment of clarity where it wasn't about him and me and him per se. It was more God getting my attention to say, come closer to me and this would be okay. And I can get you through that. And so when we have our issues and I go to the Lord, I'm like, okay, I know God's gonna deal with me first, man. And then, then we're able to kind of work things out. And I would even say within the last 6 months, things have still been kind of tumultuous, but we just really have a commitment of, Lord, if you don't do it, we can't.
Right.
Literally, and every time I'm at that moment of, I'm done with this, God will say clearly a word that I need for that moment. Because when we were going to England, and that was the first time where I really was like, I'm done. I packed up the car, I packed up the kids, I called my mom, I said, I'm on my way back to California because this is not working. And she was like, oh baby, I'm gonna pray. I said, you can pray, but I'm gone. And I know she's praying, and she had other people praying, and she's like, where is he? I said, he's right here. And then she said, what are you gonna do? I said, I don't know. So she prayed, and I listened to her pray with an attitude. Because we have attitudes when in our relationships, and we get upset with God.
Something you said though, since you're talking about the Lord, and how God was talking to you about you.
Yes.
When you were talking to God about him. And we're talking about love stories, and you're telling your love story. But God is love.
Yes.
And I think the thing that helps us in our relationship after being together for 37 years is that after all these years, we know that God's love is unconditional.
Yes.
And what has kept us over the years, I have to remember that I can't base her based on something she's done. You get it?
Yes.
It's unconditional. I'm going to love you, and we're going to grow in this relationship regardless. And God loves us, regardless of the mistakes that we make. And a lot of times we keep scores in marriages. You know, we stamp collect, and like you said, silence is violence. I like that what your mother said. Got to use that one again. That's like stamp collecting, and then once I get it all in, I'm gonna cash it in sooner or later, and it's very violent. I think the key thing is remember that God loves unconditional, and if we can learn to grow in that, we're human, but just growing in it. You didn't do this for me, and I expected this of you, and a lot of times I didn't know you were expecting that of me.
Yeah.
And that's where the open the communication.
Clarence, I just want you to know that I may work your nerves and talk too much, but everything in me, everything I say and do is to express how much I love you and how much you mean to me. And whether we have 15, 45, however many years we have remaining on this earth together, because I'm not going nowhere and I ain't letting you go anywhere. I'm here for you. I got that treadmill because you know what it does to my libido. So we're gonna keep it together. We're gonna keep it alive. I'm looking forward to the fishing trips and just playing with you. My little girl likes playing with your little boy. And so I look forward to it. You make me smile. I like to see your smile, and the kids are almost gone, so we can walk around naked like you want to. And I'm looking forward to it. I really honor you as the husband and provider and leader of our house. So baby, when you see this, you know what we're gonna do, right?
Right. So this is to my wife, Lavette, my best friend. I want to thank you for caring for me, for loving me unconditionally. The one thing that I truly, truly admire about you is your selflessness. You put it out on the line for me. Even when I don't respond the way you expect me to, you continue to give yourself, pour it all out. So from me to you, sweetie, I love you with my whole heart.
What I have selected for this particular evening is that it's a charcuterie cheese display, and right here we have some sharp cheddar cheese, some nice pepper jack. We have a couple of salamis, Genoa and capicola, some grapes, some Granny Smith apples, hummus, and some naan bread. And the reason why I chose this as a sharing is because a lot of the sharing is it's not individualism, it's togetherness. And when you have a sharing platter like this, it kind of brings people together as conversations or intimate moments and things of that nature that are kind of a comforting food. It's light, refreshing. It's a dish. These are dishes that again can be treated as an appetizer, entree, and it's delightful to know that these are dishes here that are kind of really, really awesome to even have at parties and events that are private.
Well, we've been talking about love and talking with the different couples, but now we get to talk about the different foods. We got an appetite for love, but we also have an appetite physically, Marilyn. And
Oh, okay, yeah.
But this is not just any kind of food now.
It's not?
No, these are
It is looking
foods.
different than what I'm used to eating.
No, it's a little bit different here. It's made special. Have my own personal chef, Chef D,
Oh, Chef D.
who is an awesome chef, and he knows
What time is
just.
coming up tomorrow?
Look, I have to get with him.
Okay.
But let me tell you this, he knows just what to put in the food to keep the love relationship spiced up.
Oops.
So all the foods you see here, that's all about. And we got our couples here, and so what we're gonna do And usually when you go out, it's dinner for two. But we're gonna do something a little bit different. It's gonna be dinner for one. You know, after listening to everybody share about how in love we are with each other, and just so many years and time spent together, we're gonna change the whole love concept. Dinner for one, and I'm gonna have the fellas to get the plates, and we're gonna fix the plate for one. The two shall become one. Gonna share our romance with all this special food here to kind of spice up the love relationship. I'm looking at this right here. What does that look like to you right there, Bob? Buchetta. I like the way you say that. But Brian, could you say that? There's something special in that. Buchetta. Oh, look at that little French in that. Clarence? Buchetta. Oh, a little bass on yours, bro. Yeah. Let's let the ladies get a little bit of that too. Baby, can you say that? Buchetta?
Bruschetta.
Okay. Can.
Oh, bruschetta.
Buchetta. Oh, look at that. Candy even kind of took a deep breath when she said her Buchetta. Get a little.
Drama.
Foods to spice up the relationship. What have you tip? Bruschetta. Bruschetta. Oh, okay. And the one and only. What's that? She looks at him and goes, Bruschetta. Baby. Well, I tell you what, we don't want to keep this energy down. We want the fire to keep burning. Let's get a plate, fellas, and let's do plate dinner for one. It really is good.
Good stuff, huh?
Hats off to Chef D.
Yes, delicious.
So now, if you guys ever want a good chef to spice up your love relationship, not dinner for two, dinner for one. Chef D's man. And this is just a sample.
It's really good.
A sample of what it has. I think we need to do a toast right here.
Yes.
Let's get your. Let's do a toast. Here's the love. Everybody get you a cup. Here's to love and love stories. And may the love last forever.
That's right.
Thank
Cheers.
you. Oh, Lord, here.
Cheers.
Thank you for love, Lord, forever and ever. Oh, that hit the spot also.
Where's the hot sauce?
Where's the hot sauce? Well, I don't see no hot sauce up
That'll
there.
spice
but-
it up a little.
Yeah, that'll spice it up a little bit. Well, look, maybe you could be the hot sauce today.
My hot sauce.
Well, I like that, Tiffany. You're my hot sauce. Why don't you just bite the corner right there, babe?
I never tried it. That's good.
This is really good.
Good. You get some of that 'cause I love it.
And I think it's kind of like sharing food. And the nurturing effect of sharing food, I think, kind of parallels the nurturing of your feelings for each other
Oh, wow.
and your love for each other. Don't you think it's kind of tied in there together, that they're closely knit? Yeah, they parallel each other. I think that's why you might have a nice feeling if you're sharing a plate, sharing food that's good. It's another way of nurturing each other.
I think so. That's real good there.
That is good.
That is
Because I
excellent.
love to see Clarence cook in the kitchen.
You love to see Clarence?
I do. I know mostly, women will cook for the men, but
Correct.
in our relationship, he does a lot of cooking, and he says food has to come from the heart. And so when he
that's good.
cooks,
Right.
like that was the thing. I say it was his grits that got me. His he
Cornbread,
makes
grits.
amazing grits, and when he makes them, like I don't even want my mom to cook. I'm like, no.
Lawrence, you need to come to our house and make grits.
But
I'm kinda jealous,
you said
brother.
that
Grits.
nurturing thing.
Yeah.
It really resonated because I thought, whenever he's in the kitchen, it's like I just love it, and then I want sex, but it just.
Well, it is
Oh.
a showing of love.
After
It
the,
is.
What, that's good. You said after the grits, you want.
Sex.
I want to make sure I heard you right.
Yes. His
Brother.
grits are that good.
Man, what is your recipe? That your grits make your wife say, "I want."
You gotta pass that on.
That's
Yes.
that's some real grits there.
Yeah.
Wow, I love that though.
Yes.
Wow.
Grits. Think about grits. I love grits too. Think
Okay.
about grits.
Kid trying to get you said after the grits. That's what the love relationship is all about. It's a wonderful love story.
Yeah.
So now, how often does Clarence cook?
Probably 3 to 4 times a week.
Really?
Wow. Where did you find a husband that cooks?
Oh
Right.
yes. I'm telling you, and his gumbo. Whew,
Oh,
does something
brother.
to me.
Oh.
Yes. I'm sorry.
He said, "Calm down, baby, calm down."
Yes, his gumbo.
We got to exchange numbers.
Yeah, and he does it with such passion. I mean, even though he's real cool, calm, and collected, just everything he does, he puts in that food. And so he'll adventure and he'll try risks. 'Cause he's not a risk taker everywhere else, but in the kitchen he'll do different things, and it's just an extension of who he is. Like when you said that, that really just clicked with me. And I was like, that's why I love to see him in the kitchen. I love for him to cook because he expresses himself so much more in the kitchen
Wow.
than I do because I burn stuff. It's horrible. Like I made breakfast this morning, burnt the bacon. Smoke was everywhere. It was horrible.
Really?
Well, you know, what is so nice too is
What's that?
we just met Clarence, and now I feel like I'm seeing him like I know him. Like I already know what kind of person he must be. Seems like a gentle, loving, caring person. Because I think men who interact with their wives, doing maybe non-traditional things, he's
Good.
in the kitchen a lot because he loves giving a nice meal and giving of himself through cooking to his wife. That tells me a lot about him. I think he has to be that kind of gentle, sweet person, a loving person that's caring. Huh? Is that right?
He is.
Yeah. Yeah, it shows. See, doing something like that tells a lot to me.
Yeah, that's really special.
And especially if you clean up, you cook.
And he does.
He cleans
He
after he
does.
cooks.
He cleans while he cooks. Like we can't be in the kitchen together because he's like, Lavette, what are you doing? It's so much going on. He's like, oh my goodness. Yes, he cleans as he goes. Yes.
Bishop, he's making us look bad.
I know. I cook nothing, not eggs. I don't boil water. No.
he used to.
You,
He used to bake cakes
Yeah.
because I told him I refused to bake cakes. He wanted to make himself. He did.
That was 40 years ago.
He used to eat breakfast on. Am I getting mixed up with somebody else? Much love to you, dear. Love you, love you, love you. Couldn't love you anymore because I think if I could love you anymore, I probably would. But since I don't have to exert that much energy because you already know that I love you anyway, I'll just say that I love you and don't know what you would have done without me. Don't know what I would have done without you. Don't really want to know either. Thank God for that, where did we meet? Oh, I forgot. The party on campus, which was great, because you know, if I hadn't transferred, you would have missed out on me altogether, because Now think about that. If we had met, then you wouldn't. Don't even go there. But anyway, how can I end this up? Well, why should I end? Right? Keep on being the person that you are, the one that I love and adore the most, and thank God for each and every day. Let me see, how could I put it again? Can't say you just chocolate on my strawberries because I don't even like chocolate on strawberries. What? You're the pepper on my potatoes? That would be great. Am I hungry? I think so. Let me see. Thank you for everything that you've ever. You know what? Thank you for always listening, because I can remember times when I can barely just say anything. Next thing I know, you got it in my face. What's up with that? So when am I gonna get my house? I've done that yet. Looking forward to spending so many more years with you. God bless you, and I love you.
Hey, sweet thing. We've been together for 37 years of marriage and 40 years together. And I just want to say to you, you are my eternity. You are my endlessness. And you have filled every empty spot that's ever been in my life. And because of that, I am exclusively yours. Love you, baby.
Mountain and swim the deepest sea. I'd walk 100 miles, I swear, for you to be with me. I'd do it all for you. I'd give up my last dollar, even my last dime. Love letters every hour, 'cause you're worth my time. I'd do it all just to be with you. I don't wanna be without you, never wanna walk away. I can be without you. Promise everything I do, it's all for you. I'd sail the longest river to be on my way. Spend hours cooking dinner just to make your day. I do, it's all for you. I'd spend a few forevers just for you to see. Our love, it gets no better, 'cause you're all I need. I do just to be with you. I don't wanna be without you, never wanna walk away. Baby, I can't be without you. Promise everything I do is all for you. I don't wanna be without you, never wanna walk away. Baby, I can't be without you. Promise everything I do. Across the biggest ocean, your love's got me open. Promise I ain't never leaving, promise I ain't going nowhere. I ain't giving up 'cause this is chosen. Stuck like we was frozen, giving you a whole me.